Discharge of reversionary interest, legal framework and spiritual implication. 1. Understanding the estate and financial liens. Contrary to popular belief, no one is directly accessing an estate in the conventional sense. Financial markets primarily serve as clearinghouses for liens, legal claims placed against the estate of the infant, a legal construct symbolized by the name in all capital letters. This legal fiction, also referred to under the concept of capitis diminutio maxima, is presumed deceased. As a result, the state assumes the role of conservator, tasked with managing and investing the estate's assets. However, the state cannot use these assets directly. Instead, it may leverage them by issuing licenses, which effectively serve as loans and create maritime liens against the estate. 2. Trust structure and interest exchange. Since all title and consideration have been removed from circulation, contractual exchanges are now trust-based. This results in only interests being exchanged. These interests define the income or taxable value within a transaction. In this framework, a trust is a contract. The corpus is the subject of the contract. Income is the value derived from the exchange. A beneficiary is the one entitled to receive corpus or income. A trustee is the representative who should be compensated. A grantor is the originator, with rights that revert back to the estate. The estate itself is the legal interest in property, and the property is the registered infant. The act of birth creates the presumption of abandonment, triggering conservatorship. 3. The dual nature of trust relationships. In every contractual relationship, two trusts operate in parallel. The trustee of one trust is simultaneously the beneficiary of the other. This dual structure is often overlooked but is central to understanding legal obligation and ownership. 4. Reversionary interest in tax law. Under 26 U.S.C. Section 2037b, a reversionary interest refers to the possibility that property transferred by a decedent may return to the decedent or their estate, may be subject to the decedent's power of disposition. This does not include the possibility of income alone returning to the decedent. Under 26 U.S.C. Section 673a, the grantor is considered the owner of any portion of a trust if the value of their reversionary interest in the corpus or income exceeds 5%. A reversionary interest is any interest, whether vested or contingent, whose enjoyment is postponed. 5. Legal and historical context. The concept of seisin in law refers to the tradition of granting possession by sight and declaration. This was an incomplete conveyance, similar to registering a birth event. The phrase to sue one's livery historically meant gaining the powers of a noble title through payment, thereby ending one's status as a legal ward. Reversionary interest serves as that payment, enabling the transfer of authority. Isaiah 52:3 offers a spiritual reflection: "You have sold yourselves for nothing, and you shall be redeemed without money." 6. Redemption of the estate and commercial implications. The estate of the infant has been probated and placed under conservatorship. The presumption of death allows the state to act as guardian. Every transaction affecting this estate creates a maritime lien. Federal Reserve notes function as de facto liens against the assets of the American people. These bonds and securities, often traced through CUSIP numbers, represent the monetization of unsettled debts. These debts remain attached to the estate until one of two events occurs. A death certificate is issued. B. A living man or natural person steps forward to settle the account. In this case, the estate reverts to the living heir or purchaser, triggering the reversionary interest clause. This confers both the responsibility and the authority to settle outstanding liens, thereby releasing the assets. 7. Legal discharge and remedy. When the reversionary interest is assigned to the United States, provisions under 12 U.S.C. Section 95A2 can be invoked. This causes the state to release the estate from conservatorship and reassigns credit to the SSN account holder. Future transactions against that account automatically zero out, discharging the debt and property obligations. This act fulfills all legal jurisdictions and dissolves liabilities. It mirrors the biblical account of the widow who gave all she had. Her complete offering unified all legal, commercial, and spiritual jurisdictions, offering her full protection. 8. Closing reflections. This process reflects deep spiritual truths. Consider Lot's wife. Can you be the righteous one who does not look back? Ezekiel 34:27 says, "They will know that I am the Lord when I break the bars of their yoke and rescue them from those who enslave them." 1 Peter 1:18 reminds us, "You were redeemed not with perishable things such as silver or gold but with the precious blood." Jeremiah 15:13 concludes, "Your wealth and your treasures I will give as plunder, without charge, because of your sins." And finally, Revelation 2:10, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life."